Warning, the following conversation features fierce women, once high school acquaintances, now friends, who talk about real topics that most people either try to avoid or pretend don't exist. In here, it can get messy, but it's always the truth. Welcome to The Messy Truth.
Something fell.
This is a great way to start this episode. This is the messy truth. I can't even talk. It's the messy truth.
We need Disney music.
I'm surprised you could hear that fall.
Well, this, as you can tell, we're all doing Disney. This is the messy truth. I'm Jen. We've got Becky and Maureen. We're back. We're talking Disney. This is going to be super fun. And this is something that we love. So if you all out there, some of you don't like Disney, it's not your thing. You can either listen with an open heart and open ears and think, well, maybe I'll change my tune, or we'll see you next time.
See you again real soon.
Soon, right. And Maureen's got her ears. So like we're like winging this one because we are like, some of us even more so, huge Disney fans. And we can like just talk about it all day long. So we're just going to like jump here and there and whatnot and what we love about Disney and some of the pros about Disney and stuff. And I don't know if there are really any cons, but I've got ears here. I've got one set Hawaiian ears.
I love them.
Love it.
Kat just got these for me when we just went. I've got these.
Ooh,
the Christmas ears. I love these.
Yeah,
these are
those
awesome.
On you. Yes.
I love them. But I don't wear them that much because I get headaches real easily from headbands for some reason, and they never stay in right. I'm not pinning them in, so I've got my t-shirt, so that's good.
Yeah.
So I just want to get this out of the way. This is my Main Street USA hat, according to Maureen. But really,
why is it Main Street USA?
Because that's what the women wear on when the Main Street.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't question.
The time period.
This is what the women wear on Main Street USA, but really. It's not. So it's just, I felt left out that I didn't have, I am a Disney freak, but I don't wear Disney ears or Disney paraphernalia. So
So you don't know about Disney bounding then, huh?
Disney what?
Disney bound. Does anybody know what that is? Jen?
No, but real quick.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get tagged on a copyright issue with that music?
Oh, okay. I'll turn it off. For goodness sake,
hear it.
Can't I even have any fun?
What music was that?
I'm loving it, but I don't know about these lawyers out there.
What was it?
I don't even know. I just put it on. I can't even see. I don't have my glasses on, so I just pulled something up.
If it was
at last I've seen the light.
Yes.
If it's
that's Rapunzel.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, if it's a Disney song, we would definitely be tagged for a copyright issue, but I didn't even hear it. So I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Can I take
I shouldn't have said the title, sorry.
Can I take my hat off now?
Take it off.
Alrighty.
Take it off. So Disney bounding real quick is when you wear clothes that kind of mimic a character in Disney. So not so much a costume, but pieces of clothing that would mimic a character. So you just look it up on Pinterest.
And you call it.
So that way you're not costuming. So Becky, that might be something more up your line if you're not totally into wearing costume stuff or wearing ears. You would put pieces of regular clothing that you would find out in your wardrobe even, and you would represent a princess or a character or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been like on Saturday, I'm going to a Yankees game. I'm not going to be the person who's going to wear Yankee paraphernalia at a Yankee game. I just can't do it. And I just wear Disney stuff at Disney. I just wear my clothes, but that doesn't mean I don't freaking love Disney and know everything I should know about it. I just don't do that.
Right.
Well, I would think Becky knows quite a deal about Disney because you did the Disney touring plans, right?
Well, I did Disney touring plans, but I wasn't authorized Disney vacation planner for a number of years.
Do you want to hear? You want to hear a fun fact real quick? So was I. but I never sold. Yes. Yeah, I got all the little pins and the certificates, and I worked for a company, but I never sold anything. And I could have used you in my corner, Becky, because I, again, from one of our past episodes, was one of those girls where I was afraid of everything and I just didn't know how to put myself out there. So I just very quickly, it got squashed.
Yeah, it could have just been the company you were with.
Yeah, that too.
Fam trips down there?
No, I didn't even get that far. Oh. I didn't even stay that long. But I went, I got College of Knowledge, right? All that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I got all that. But anyway, sorry. So anyway, yes, Becky went all the way and she did well.
For a while. Mm-hmm. Until I got bored. I had ADHD in my career.
Me too. Did you just say you have ADHD?
I have
ADHD. I'm so sorry.
ADHD in my career. I've really 3 years, 5 years or a max, and then I move on. Except the company I'm with now, I know I'll never want to leave the company I'm with now.
Yeah. Got it. All right, Jen, okay. I'm sorry.
Right. Oh no, that's okay. I was going to say this fall, we're going to be celebrating in October, the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World in Florida. So that's, I think it's
1971, because that was the year we were born.
Yep.
Yes.
50.
We're the same age as Walt Disney in Florida.
Yes.
Yep. That's huge.
That is. And so, Walt Disney, for anybody who knows, Walt Disney in Florida is way better than Disneyland.
Well.
I've heard otherwise.
It depends.
Have either of you been to both? Because I've been to both numerous times, and Disney World is way better than Disneyland.
Right. So I've been once. I was 21, and I don't remember a lot of it. And I'm not going to dispute with you that Disney World is better than Disneyland. I think they're completely different. And I'm sure that I would side with Disney World. Walt Disney World. But Disneyland was Walt's first park that he created. And that in itself, I have immense respect for.
Yeah. So can I just say that the first time I was in Disneyland, I don't remember what, it was like in the 90s. I remember being we went through Frontierland to Fantasyland, and then we came around and we should have been standing in front of the castle, according to my memory of Disney World. And I lived in Florida for a while, so I knew Disney World like the back of my hand. And I was like, where's the castle? And the person pointed and they're like, there's the castle. I'm like, that's not the castle.
Right.
So small. Like I guess it's Snow White's castle.
No, it's Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty's castle in Disneyland and Cinderella's castle in Disney World.
Wait. It's not Cinderella's with an S. It's Cinderella Castle.
No, like you can't say Cinderella like apostrophe S.
No, it's Cinderella Castle.
All right, so here comes my thing again. It just keeps falling off. I got to turn off. No, so the Cinderella Castle is like 3 times taller than the Sleeping Beauty Castle.
Right.
Way better.
Well, that's because he realized that he had to do it that way. And when
you're in Disneyland, you can see outside of Disneyland. When you're in Disney World, nothing breaks into that space.
Right. And that's why he bought all that land up, because he realized that. He realized all the mistakes that he made with his first park. Yeah. And he corrected them with the second
park. And did you know, I'm sure you know this, Maureen, but did you know that he had multiple fake companies buy up the land under different names? So Florida wouldn't know that it was the same company buying all that land, because the property that makes up Disneyland, Disney World in Florida, is like 3 times the size of the island of Manhattan in New York City.
Yeah. It's really large. They haven't used it all yet. But yeah, and then when they
fire department.
Right. That's right. And when they started, when the press caught on and revealed what was going on, then the prices of the land he was buying it really cheap in the beginning.
Yeah. So fun fact, when you go to Disney World, and I'm sure you both know this, and you go walk down Main Street, all of the businesses that are listed in like on Main Street, like on the tiles on the property, like the buildings, all of those businesses are the businesses that Walt Disney used to purchase the land in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah, I have this book that is really, Rebecca has it in her room. It's I'm sure there's lots of them out there, Secrets of Walt Disney World. And it goes land by land by land in Main Street, and it points out all the little things that you just normally wouldn't know. And you have to, there's so much detail built into every nook and cranny. It's so great.
And speaking of detail, that's one of the things I love about Disney is they go into great detail in everything, in theming everything. And so I was blessed enough to stay at 2 different resorts, like in the past year. And I do have to give huge credit and kudos to my sister-in-law and my husband, because they're both Disney freaks, but they both go to great lengths to do incredible planning for these trips. And for some of us, Disney is phenomenal with like food allergies, celiac and, dairy free and all that sort of thing. They're like amazing. And when you go through all that planning, the guest services are amazing because they work with you with everything when you're trying to do the dining plan and all that. And for people who don't realize this, it's a major production when you want to go to Disney, because you have to get reservations for a lot of different things an X amount of days out. And if you don't, you're going to get locked out. It is tricky, but at the same time, you want to make the most of your time while you're there. So that also includes making sure that you get reservations for the parks, because now that's a permanent feature, I believe, after COVID, that you have to make these reservations for the parks in addition to the passes and all that sort of thing. But where was I going with this? The details, they're amazing, because when we stayed at 2 totally different places. At one point we stayed at the Riviera, which is a DVC only resort, and it's flippin' gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
Jen, is that supposed to be French?
Yes.
Okay.
This is when
absolutely
the previous episode of comparison, and I start getting mad at Jen that she gets to stay at these places at Disney.
Sorry. So sorry. Well, the thing is that
after Jen's done, I'm going to tell you how you can stay at those places for real cheap. Go ahead.
Ooh,
excellent.
No,
that sounds great. Absolutely beautiful. My mother-in-law took all of us, and it was just absolutely, it's stunning. I mean, it's really absolutely beautiful in every conceivable way. Then we took just our intimate, our immediate family. We took our daughter, our oldest, there for her high school graduation, and stayed at in a DVC over at Old Key West. I loved Old Key West, and we haven't been there in a long time. And what's great about Old Key West is I like it because you have your own entrance and you're not going through. Don't get me wrong, Riviera was absolutely gorgeous. It's high rise, and for me, like for a few days staying there, it's great. And when we did it at Christmas, oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. It was decorated and all that. And Disney at Christmas, oh my gosh, your mind is going to explode, because it's like, it's Disney, it's Christmas, it's decorations, it's cookies, it's snow, like it's all of it. It's just, it's over the toply. Oh my gosh, I'm making up my own words. It's crazy. It's like just so awesome.
I love that.
It's just so incredible, and it's so much fun. It's so great. And but like I love the feel of Key West, and I loved having, again, our own entrance, a nice sized balcony. It's a bigger area because it's an older DVC unit. Like I love that feel. It was a great experience. I mean, they're always great experiences, but that was awesome. But it's in the details. So when you stay at Old Key West, you really feel like you're in Key West. Everything's, pastel colors and everything. And gosh, if I could just go through my pictures now, I know that it would just bring up some of the things that I saw that I was like, oh my gosh, I thought of this. Oh my gosh, I thought of that. Riviera, they thought of this, they thought of that. And the Skyliner now, totally cool. Loving that. And I love how they have like all the different, they've got some that are just plain and painted, and they've got others that have different characters on them from different movies, including Marvel, which I am going to hit on Marvel at some point in this episode because I'm a big flippin' freaking Marvel freak because I love Marvel. And just the details are amazing. I love that. And customer service.
So spoiled.
I'm sorry. And customer service.
Don't ever apologize. Don't apologize.
You can't beat the customer service at Disney. They're unbelievable. Like they are just on the cruise line, at the resorts, everywhere, at the parks. Unbelievable. I'll shut up now.
Yeah. No, don't. I don't want you to shut up. What? Let's all talk about what's your favorite resort that you ever stayed at, and on property. Becky.
Oh, all right. So I've stayed at all of the value resorts, obviously, because I'm a cheap. But I've stayed. When I was a Disney vacation planner, I stayed at the Floridian and the Polynesian, which I think
get out
at that time the Polynesian wasn't that great, honestly. It needed renovations, and I think it's been renovated since.
Yeah.
My favorite I've stayed at the Caribbean and I've stayed at Port Orleans, and my favorite was Port Orleans, not Riverside, but French Quarter.
You like French Quarter? I stayed at Riverside. I haven't stayed at French Quarter. I stayed in the Tiana room.
French Quarter just made you feel like I've never been to New Orleans, but it made me feel like I was in New Orleans.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jen, how about you? So Becky, I'm sorry, your favorite is French Quarter, Port Orleans, French Quarter,
or the Caribbean,
or the Caribbean. Okay.
But honestly, I don't care where I stay. I just love to stay anywhere on Disney property. It doesn't matter to me. Like, honestly, if you can't afford the other stuff, you're going to be so happy at the value resorts. I've stayed at value resorts so many times, and I'm thrilled.
Right.
So yeah, I stayed at Art of Animation, and that was a lot of fun. That was a fun place.
And I stayed in September was the Art of Animation. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if I have a favorite because they're all, again, they all have something so unique and their own special vibe, for like lack of a better word, just like so incredible. I love every Disney resort I've ever stayed in, and I just don't know. I do have to say the one that I really want to stay in though is one of those cabins. What is it? Copper Creek over at
Wilderness Lodge. Yeah.
I want to stay in one of those cabins, like right on the water.
Oh, yeah. I want to, if I could stay anywhere, it would be the Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah. Well, the Wilderness Lodge, I've been there a couple of times. Love it. I absolutely love it. But I would love to, oh no, what is she writing? I would love to stay at one of those cabins like that. Yeah. I really want to stay there, but I don't know which one's my favorite.
You stay at the Wilderness Lodge?
I stayed at the Wilderness Lodge too. Oh. And I stayed at Animal Kingdom too. The Animal Kingdom. And I did those. So I've been to Animal Kingdom. I've been to Wilderness Lodge.
Did you have a view of the giraffes?
No, I didn't. Caribbean Beach, Port Orleans. Those are the 4 I stayed at. So before I tell you what my favorite is out of those 4, I'm sure we've all done it. You go resort hopping. You just go check all the hotels out. That's like as fun as going to the parks, right?
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that in a moment. But I was able to stay at Wilderness Lodge and at Animal Kingdom because I went through David's Vacation Rentals. And I'm sorry for anybody that does Disney vacation planning, but David's Vacation Rentals, if you go on there are people that own DVC, your vacation club, people that are vacation club members, and they sell their points, and you can buy them, and you can stay at a deluxe resort for less money than if you booked it through Disney. And that's how I was able to stay at those places. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, some of them are still expensive. Like, I'd love to stay at Bay Lake Tower. I would love to do Beach Club. And I looked at them recently. They're pretty pricey. Just as much as if I was to book to stay at a moderate resort or something. I don't know. But anyway, but you're able to, if you're willing to put the money out, you're able to get a deluxe resort price probably for a moderate resort price. So my favorite is the Caribbean Beach Resort. I love Port Orleans. I stayed at the Tiana Princess Room when I went on my girls' running trip. And gosh, beautiful, best favorite room, hands down, the Tiana Princess Room in Port Orleans, Riverside. Favorite room.
Really?
All right. They did it up all princess style. The backdrop to the bed was fiber optic fireworks, and it's just all done up in princess style. But the property itself, even I love Fort Wilderness. I love the property and I love the resort. I love when you go into the into Fort Wilderness itself. It's cavernous. You walk in and it's just so grand, and that's lovely. But the property
and the what was the one?
Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness Lodge is cavernous. It's just beautiful when you walk in.
Lodge because of that. So you're saying the one that you're talking about is just like the same?
No, Wilderness Lodge is cavernous. I love it. You walk in, it's just beautiful.
And they've got that music pumping in there.
Yes, yes. Oh, all the resorts with their music. Oh my gosh. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom is like that. It's cavernous. And I'm going to get to that in a second. I love all the resorts, like Jen said, and I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but my favorite property is Caribbean Beach Resort. I just feel it's quiet and you can walk around the promenade, around the pond or the lake, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And each cluster of island hotels has its own quiet pool. And that is just my favorite home resort. I just love it.
So you want to hear something funny about the Caribbean Beach? So I stayed at the Caribbean Beach. I forget when it was, what year it was. But a couple of years later, I went back and stayed off property. Kaya was probably like 3 or 4 or something like that. And I remember we took a break. We were staying off property, and we were like, we already know from staying at the Caribbean Beach Resort that you can just get on a bus. No one checks that you belong there. So we just took a break in the middle of the day at Magic Kingdom and got on the bus to go to the Caribbean Beach Resort. We packed our bathing suits. Yeah. We brought Kaya, and we were going to go swimming at Caribbean Beach Resort. We weren't staying at the Caribbean Beach Resort, but we went and did it. And I remember when we got off the bus, I remember walking past the room, and I was like, look at that room number and remember it. I don't know why my brain remember it. Because like 5 minutes later, we were stopped by Disney personnel, and they're like, hey, we just want to ask you how we're taking a survey. And she had like a little iPad. We want to ask you how you're doing with your trip. And it probably wasn't an iPad because it was in 2004 or something like that. How's your room? And what room number are you staying at? And I was like, Thank God I remember that room number.
Oh my gosh.
That room number. And I can guarantee you they knew that we did not belong there, but they did not bother us. But I just felt like for sure they knew we were not staying there. Like
that is a huge no-no. Becky, that's a huge no-no. It's okay to go resort hopping, not pool hopping.
No, we went swimming.
Yeah. Oh, wait, people used to pool hop a lot. We did it. You can't do it now because of COVID, but pool hopping was a popular thing to do.
You're not supposed to. That is a huge no-no.
Oh, everybody was doing it.
It was 2003, 2004. They were all fine.
People were doing it, but people were actually doing it. People were doing it this past winter because, what was it? I think it was the Grand Floridian. They weren't really checking, and people weren't renting cabanas at the rate that they were, and they were wanting to make the money back on the cabanas. So people were going over to the Grand Floridian around Christmas time from other resorts, renting the cabanas and staying in the cabanas at the Grand Floridian.
Wow.
And doing that all day. But yeah, people will do stuff like that. And they did it for a while. They've cut that off completely. You can't pool hop anymore.
Speaking of the Grand Floridian, I've toured all of the resorts at Disney in 2 different fam trips. Like when I say fam trips, I mean familiarization trips for Disney agents. And the Grand Floridian, while beautiful, to me was like so overrated. I never felt like I need to stay here. I never looked at it was like, I got to stay here.
Me too. I thought the same thing.
Yeah. The boardwalk place.
I love the boardwalk. I love the boardwalk.
Floridian, not so much.
I feel the same way. The times I've been. Okay. Yeah, I'm not into the contemporary, except they've got some good restaurants. But the Grand Floridian, while it looks beautiful, it seems a little
uptight,
stuffy, stuck up, kind of snobby. Not my thing. I don't know. Just I get
too like pristine. It was like relax and chill at the end of the night.
Has anybody done the oh my goodness, what's the character meal
breakfast?
There with well, it might be breakfast too, but I did a dinner with Cinderella and her sisters and Prince Charming.
Character breakfast at the Grand Floridian, and then the dinner. So the breakfast is with Mary Poppins, and the dinner is with Cinderella and Prince Charming's.
Right, park fair something.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I did love that.
It's good. It's worth it. It's worth.
Yeah, I feel like the room sucked.
Do that.
The room was too small and it was not fancy looking at all. It was like going in a cookie cutter wedding hall room.
Yep.
But the experience was cool.
Yeah, I would never need to stay there. You can go do those breakfasts and those dinners separately.
Or just go resort hopping. So
speaking of breakfast and dinners, if you've never gone to a breakfast or lunch or dinner in the Cinderella Castle.
Oh, yeah.
The best. Is the best.
I love that. I did that.
Yeah.
It was fun. We did it.
Go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Okay. It's just this whole COVID thing is awful on 8 billion different reasons. But one of the reasons is that this whole character dynamic has changed dramatically in these parks at Disney. And so like when you go so we were at a character breakfast back in December, and they keep their distance. So they're at a distance, they come in, they dance around. You can take a photo from afar, but you can't do selfies with them anymore. They won't interact with you. So like a while back when our daughters were younger, we did do a lunch in the castle. And they were coming to the table and they were chit-chatting and doing the autograph books. And, my daughter was like mesmerized and, oh, Snow White this and, Belle that, and asking all these questions. And it was so wonderful and sweet. And you can't do that anymore.
Nope, you can't.
Oh, and I hate to bring this down. It's just a reality right now. And Lord willing, not forever. So just for now. But those kinds of interactions especially for like younger kids, just make it incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know what I'm sorry, Becky, go ahead.
Have you guys ever done a Disney cruise? Because that tops everything.
No, but wait, hold on real quick before you talk about Disney Cruise, and I haven't done that, and I would love to. I do like one thing that I seen during COVID that I haven't seen them do, not in person, on video, is that they have the princesses in a vehicle and it drives
Cavalcade.
down. Yes, cavalcade. Thank you.
What?
And I do like that. I think it's cool. And it excited me even watching it on the video that all of a sudden you see the princesses go by and they're waving to you and whatever. So I do think that's cool. But anyway, go ahead on with the cruises.
No, there's nothing more to say other than the Disney cruises are so worth it. So
One day it's on my bucket list. Jen, I know you've taken them too.
Yeah. What's neat is we went one year to Alaska, and it's funny because I'm a total beach girl by nature, but oh my gosh, it blew me away. It was sick. Alaska was sick. Canada sick. Oh my gosh. It was just, I couldn't possibly, the sun really doesn't fully set. Like the sun will go down. It doesn't set. So like I was deliberately waking myself up in the middle of the night. I want to see this midnight, moon. I want to see the midnight sun. So I would like get up at like midnight, still out there, get up at 2, still up. Oh my gosh, I still see sunlight. And then at 4:30, it's up. Like it just goes down a bit and then it's coming right back up again. It doesn't fully go down.
Wow.
And the wildlife you get to see, the snow, well, like it was snowing in June when we were on the deck, it was really cool. We were freezing to death, but it was so cool. And they were playing the music from Brave. Oh my gosh, it was like totally cool. And but that was a totally different experience because it was so much natural beauty than like in the Caribbean, which the Caribbean, I love. That sapphire blue water is freaking sick. Like I love that color. Yeah. And it's beautiful to go to the beaches. And there was one year, my girlfriend Amy came with our family, with her daughter, and we got off the boat and we were on, what's the Dutch side? St. Martin. We stayed, docked in St. Martin. We got off, we took a taxi and I'm like, let's go to Dawn Beach. It's on the east side and it's not going to be too far. And we had this like little adventure with my mom and Amy and stuff. And we had like a girls' day out on the beach. And so that was kind of nice. And we got to, experience the beach and all that sort of thing. And it's absolutely gorgeous. The water was beautiful. But that Alaskan cruise, oh my gosh. And the excursions that they have, with it, we couldn't do the dog sledding because it was too foggy. So when you book those are things you have to keep in mind as well. We did get to do one of those tiny little seaplanes.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh my gosh, the views were...
Pick that sign up again.
The views were spectacular. And we landed like on this little island and we got to see the seals. We got to see glaciers. There's a whole different experience. And you get a lot of interaction with the characters. Like my daughter took this awesome picture with Captain America. Totally cool. Again, I'm going to hit Marvel at some point. But it was just awesome. So, like Disney Cruise Line, man, my kids love that as much as they love the parks.
No, yeah. I'm telling you, when Kaya's the last time Kaya was on a Disney cruise, she was 5. And every time I say to her, what would you rather do, a Disney cruise or a park? She's like, a Disney cruise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Her memories of the Disney cruise. Here's the thing about a Disney cruise. Even though you're not getting the rides, the attention that you get when you're on a Disney cruise, it's like you're at Disney World, but there's only 30 of you at Disney World, and everyone's paying, all the staff is paying such close attention to you. You're getting such catered service. It's just awesome.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Like when maybe it was the second time we went on a Disney cruise, Kaya had a princess dressed for every princess that exists. And Jen, there's a night on the Disney cruise where all the princesses are out and on different levels in the main atrium, and you can go stand in line and take your pictures. So what I would do is I would get Kaya. She would get in her Belle dress first. We'd get in line and for Belle. She'd take her picture with Belle. We'd run back to the room. We'd put her Ariel dress on. She'd go get in line and take her picture with Ariel. And we'd run back to the room, put her Cinderella dress, and she'd get in line and take her picture with Cinderella. We have a picture with Kaya and with every princess. And she's in the dress of that princess. And it's just, you don't get that. You have to wait forever to get that at Disney World. And on the cruise, it's just.
That's true. Yeah.
Which leads to, which princess are you?
We're doing it.
I don't even know what princess. I haven't even thought about it.
Okay, wait. So I want to start. I feel like Drax. Do me first. So. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I've thought about this because I was like, all right, we're going to do this thing about Disney princesses and who you think you might be most like and who we think you are most like. And Maureen, I swear I have you pegged as the animal whisperer, Snow White. Hands down, baby. Hands down.
So true. You're so right. I'm just thinking about her and the little ducks and Tiny Tim, and they all come feeding. She is freaking Snow White.
Okay, so I have her pegged as Snow White. For you, Becky, I thought of one for sure, and then I'm like, oh, she might be an amalgam. I'm thinking Becky is Merida from Brave with a little bit of Tiana because Tiana never stops working.
Who's Tiana?
Tiana?
Princess Tiana, Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
What?
Okay.
Never saw it. Tiana, princess.
Shame. She's like one of the prettiest princesses. And she's like so hardworking and she's so determined. But you're so much like Merida. The long, flowing red locks. Like that movie, first of all, Brave is freaking hysterical. You remind me of her because I just want to, go through the wind and do my own thing and like buck every rule and do what you want to do when you want to do it. So that's who I think of when I think of you two.
All right. Mm-hmm. I accept that. I like Merida. I don't know who Tiana is, but
damn, girl.
Happy
to watch that movie.
But I'm totally with you, Maureen. It's Snow White, but also Cinderella talked to the
birds.
She talked to the birds and the mouse.
The mouse, yep.
So I could see her being Snow White or Cinderella. Maureen's like the traditional princess.
Yeah.
Talking to the birds, like the evil stepmother. She thwarts the evil stepmother. She's just so good and sweet.
It makes me feel so archaic. So
and singing while you sweep and clean the house, and I'm happy. It's okay. I'm in misery, but I still love my life, and someday there will be my Prince Charming of my hope.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I didn't really give it much thought. I do remember seeing Brave, and I did like her. I liked her attitude. But I never thought about Brave because I'm not like big. I love Disney, but I'm not big on all the Disney movies. Mm-hmm. I do remember Fiona. Like I liked Fiona's attitude. Like I felt like I can identify with Fiona in some ways. Mm-hmm. Because she was like, she wasn't going to fall into like the traditional, whatever. The traditional, the traditional roles for her.
Oh, wait, Fiona. Who the hell's Fiona?
Oh, no. It's
Shrek. That's Shrek. What are you doing?
Gosh, is that Universal Studios?
Oh, my gosh.
Rewind, pause, and delete. Okay.
What just happened?
We'll stick with Brave. I just was thinking of all the princesses.
So who do you think I'm most like? So I'd like to hear what you guys think.
Oh my goodness. Jen, you're a mix. You're a mix. Like, I feel like I could see you, and I'm not talking about physical, like your outer appearance at all.
Oh God, here we go.
Like I feel like a little bit of Jasmine. Like and I know you're probably like, what? Like, you have a how do I want to use the word? You know how I always get stuck between my mind and my mouth. I do. I always get stuck between my mind and my mouth. Like, Jasmine is very determined, and I want to say opinionated, but I don't mean it in a bad way. Like when people say, "Oh, you're opinionated," I don't like that. Sounds negative. I don't mean it like that.
Believe and why you believe it.
Say that again.
She knows what she believes and why she believes it.
Yes, yeah. Like, I feel like that, but then you have this other flowy side to you, which I feel like you have that traditional princess part to you too. I feel like you're a 2-part princess, so I'm going to put you a little bit with Sleeping Beauty and a little bit with Jasmine. I feel like you're traditional, but also very knowing what you want, like Rapunzel, like kind of like.
That's what my girls. That's what they said, Rapunzel.
Yeah, like a 2-part princess, because I feel like Rapunzel is the same way. So I'm gonna give you Sleeping Beauty, Briar Rose, with Rapunzel mix, and then with Becky, I feel like Becky, yeah. I was gonna say a little bit of Rapunzel too, and then Meredith. Yeah.
For Jen, I see Ariel.
Really?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Well, because Ariel's like, she's not going to settle for what's right in front of her. She's going to explore other options. She's going to explore what's real. She's not going to settle for just what's put in front of her. She's going to see what other things there are that exist outside.
Oh, very nice.
World.
That's insightful.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Mm-hmm. So I want to, while we're talking about these princesses, I feel like sometimes they get a bad rap. I feel like the traditional princesses get a bad rap. My daughter will say that sometimes, how she feels that they are more in that, like, oh, boo-hoo, I'm waiting for the prince to save me. Rescue me. And I understand that was how it was back then, but I feel like if you look a little bit deeper, I feel like they're very strong-willed. Even your classic princesses are very strong-willed. How Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, Briar Rose, Snow White, they pushed through their traumas, so to speak, and found their happiness. And it just happened to be there was a guy there too, but they were more than happy when the guy wasn't there, and they made the best of whatever was there with them. So I just want to make that point.
Have you guys seen the previews for the new Cinderella series?
No.
So there's a new Cinderella series. I forget if it's on Hulu or Netflix or Amazon Prime, but it's so funny. I forget who the person is, but she's a musical person, and she's singing, and she's talking about like what she wants in her life. And then it's in the previews, the trailer, and then the fairy godmother is a gay guy, and he comes out. He's like saying something like, "Girl, don't you want blah blah blah? Don't you want to find a good man?" And she's like, "Yeah, I was just singing about that." And it was just so funny because it was just like they were making fun of like the typical musical where you're singing about what you want. She's like, "Yeah, I was just singing about that." Like, can you give it to me? So I think it's coming out in October, so I can't wait to see.
Cool. Is that by Disney or is by somebody else?
I don't know. I really don't know. But what I think is, talking about the princesses and them getting a bad rap, what I always appreciate, like the live action Cinderella.
Yes.
The live action Cinderella and the live action Beauty and the Beast. I'm a baby, so both of those brought me to tears. The live action Cinderella brought me to tears because of the forgiveness aspect of it, where she actually uses the words, "I forgive you" at the end.
Yeah.
And she just is like a strong enough person to be like, yeah, you mistreated me, but I forgive you and I'm going to move on with my life and I'm going to be happy. And I love that. I love that aspect of the live action one. It was just so great.
I think all the live actions that have come out so far are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I was really impressed with how they did them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see them, but it's mentioned. She mentioned, yeah, I know. She mentioned Beauty and the Beast, and that's one. I have to say, I admire that quality so much in Belle, that you love somebody for who they are in their heart. I mean, regardless of everything else. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
Totally agree.
Mm-hmm. Hey, can we talk about something fun real quick? Favorite ride in Walt Disney World Florida Park. Favorite ride in Magic Kingdom Park.
Magic Kingdom, Pirates of the Caribbean, hands down. I already told you my special memories about my dad.
Yeah. Okay. Jen.
Magic Kingdom, it's going to be It's a Small World. I know it's cheesy.
I love that you pick that.
And I love, my favorite attraction, though, I have to say, because it's right up there with my favorite ride, is Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. Freaking love that. Love it, love it, love it, because it's all about imagination. Being in that treehouse, I love that movie. Love it.
What's the difference between a ride and an attraction to you?
I thought they were all attractions.
I don't know, but like, it's not a ride. Like, you got to climb up the treehouse. I love that. Like, I feel like a kid. I love it.
Yeah, I got it. I love it. I love Space Mountain. I love them all. Like, we could just go. I know we love all of them, but I just freaking love Space Mountain for some reason. I have to show my Space Mountain shirt. Space Mountain. Anyway, I love Space Mountain. Okay, let's go over to Epcot. Favorite
Epcot. Let's go to the next one. Epcot. Your favorite ride at Epcot.
What's your favorite? Just one. Or two. I'll let you pick two. Pick two.
Okay. So Soarin' is the coolest ride at Epcot, but if I can only go on one, I want to go on the Mexico boat ride.
Oh, I love that too. Yeah.
Because the Mexico boat ride makes you feel like you're really in Mexico and you're just like in the boat and it's nighttime and it's like it has a romantic aspect.
So you could pick two. So Soarin' and what is it called? Oh, Grand. Oh,
right.
Oh gosh, yeah. Anyway, okay, Jen.
Epcot.
Probably Soarin', but I don't love Epcot for the rides. They're very good. Epcot for me is more of experiencing the countries. And when you go during food and wine, it's killer.
Oh, that's on my bucket list.
Maybe we add
it's killer.
Favorite ride, favorite country.
Oh, favorite ride, favorite country.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
Me,
but
I'm not German, but I really thoroughly enjoyed my time. In 2015 or 2016. I went with my brother and his family, and he's German. He's my half brother, so we share a dad, not a mom. And his mom's side is heavily German, so we made reservations at the German restaurant there, the beer garden place. It was so fun. The band was playing, and I didn't know what the heck was going on, but I liked it.
It's great fun. Oh yeah, and you get those big beers. I mean, it's a blast in there. That is the most fun pavilion there, hands down.
Wow. I did not experience Germany that way. I haven't been to that restaurant.
All right. So favorite ride. Favorite.
Oh, that's one of the best things there.
I love Soarin'. I'm not crazy. I like the original Soarin' versus the newer one.
What do you mean? There's a newer version of Soarin'?
Yeah.
I prefer the older one too.
Oh, because Karen and I, we decided not to go to Epcot at all when we went to Disney this last September. We did 2 days at Hollywood Studios, and we decided to skip Epcot altogether.
Yeah. They kept the soundtrack, but they changed the show part of it.
The visual. Yeah.
But I still love it. It's still my favorite, and I like Listen to the Land down below. For some reason, Rebecca and I just freaking love that. And my favorite country is Mexico because I love the indoor nighttime feel of the streets. And
it's like,
I feel like I could just stay in there forever.
When you walk in there's just a feeling that comes over your body. It's like, I could just stay here for, like, literally I could stay here
forever.
Whether I'm on the boat or not. I just want to be in this place.
Yeah. Has anybody eaten at the restaurant in there?
Oh yeah. Every time I eat at the restaurant.
Oh, I've done the to-go one, not to go, but the outdoor dining, but I haven't
to the indoor place. I mean, you have to go to the indoor place just for the atmosphere. Like, the food is okay. It's not the greatest Mexican food. I mean,
it's quite pricey.
It's pricey.
Yeah, I heard mixed reviews about it, and that's why I didn't go.
Yeah, but it's
the atmosphere.
It's the experience. It's the experience to sit there and watch the boats go by while you're eating. And then when you're done eating, you get on the boat and you see the volcano.
And the margaritas. They're yummy.
I love the margaritas.
Buy a sombrero.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
All right. So your favorite ride was Soarin' in Mexico. Jen, your favorite ride was Soarin', and what's your country?
Sure.
Oh, it's either Germany or Mexico. I can't decide.
I know. Isn't Mexico awesome?
It is. Yeah. I want to go.
Mine's Mexico.
All right, let's move over to
Hollywood Studios.
That is my least. I know nothing about Hollywood Studios. It's my least favorite park for some reason.
Because she's not a Star Wars fan.
Right.
Oh,
Star Wars.
What? So, like, I think the best ride in Hollywood Studios, I wouldn't even call it a ride. I would call it the attraction, is all of the, what are they calling it now? What do they call that whole area, Jen?
I'm blanking out, but Smuggler's Run is the ride where you go and you're in the Millennium Falcon, and Rise of the Resistance is insane.
Easiest ride ever.
It's the best.
You like Star Wars. If you follow
Unbelievable.
Rise of the Resistance is freaking insane.
Sick. It's sick.
Crazy.
It seems like it breaks down a lot, so you should probably try to go on it first.
Oh my God.
Earlier in the day.
Well, you have to go on a virtual queue to get into it, first of all. Like, it's crazy. You got to get on there at 7 a.m. and you got to make sure your clock is set to the atomic clock, like the official atomic clock. You got to get on that sucker within 25 seconds. Otherwise, you're shut out for the whole day. It's insane, but it's totally worth it. It's sick. What? It's awesome.
What the hell are you talking about? What?
So so Maureen, when you go to Hollywood Studios, whether you're in Disneyland or Disney World, you have to be in the park. And the closer you are to the ride, the more likely you are to get in the queue. They have a virtual queue. So soon as the park opens, so like a half an hour before the park opens, they'll let people into the park. And then if you know you want to get on the ride or the Rise of the Resistance, you mad dash it your way to the Rise of the Resistance. And the closer you are to the ride, you get on your phone and you are just refreshing your phone over and over and over to get in the virtual queue for that ride.
Holy shit.
I'm telling you, the first time I did it, I was there an hour before the park opened, and making my way back to the ride to get there. And soon as 7 o'clock started, or as soon as the park started, and you can refresh to get on a queue, it was like, I was like refreshing. And I was like number 28, like group 28.
Group,
like,
right.
I wasn't going to get there until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep.
That's how.
Oh my gosh. Do you know that
what's so awesome about this ride is this ride starts outside. You get into a ship. You go on the ship. You can see where the ship is taking you. The ship takes you out. It drops you off into a hangar full of stormtroopers.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Walk out, and the Imperial guards are coming and leading you out. You're like, you've been taken, and we're going to, whatever. And they take you out into this whole, this hangar of stormtroopers, and they lead you through. And then, like, you're seeing, like, how many stormtroopers would you say there were, Jen? Like 60, 100?
Oh, 100. Yeah.
It was crazy. I remember
a room full. It's crazy.
Is insane. This is insane. Because it was like a real, like, you were outside, you got onto a ship, you were supposedly flying, which is like virtual reality. And then it leads you out into this hangar of stormtroopers. And then you're in this line for this other ride that takes you through this building where Kylo Ren
is chasing you.
You run into the AT-ATs, the AT-ATs, or whatever.
That room with the AT-ATs. Oh my gosh, it's insane. They're huge. It's awesome.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It is.
Oh my God.
It's awesome.
He has ever done, for sure.
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
I went on that ride and I'm like, I could die right now. Happy person. I'm done. Bye-bye, planet Earth.
Yeah.
I can go right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's multi-dimensional. It's not like just one portion of the ride. It's like
you're immersed. You feel like you were part of that movie, part of all of that. And the same thing. But I love Smuggler's Run because you're flying the Millennium Falcon. That's insane. Like you're in it. Oh, it's crazy. It's unbelievable.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
And so what's cool about that, like, I thought that ride, the Smuggler's Run, was a cool ride. But what's cooler, like, when I brought Kiernan to Disney in September, I told him, I'm going to take you, we're going to go straight. We got to Hollywood Studios. We planned 2 days at Hollywood Studios. I'm like, keep your eyes down. He was like, I don't want to see it until we're right up upon it. And he kept his eyes to the ground until we got in front of the Millennium Falcon. I'm like, Kiernan, you can look up. You can look up now. And I have
sick.
Him looking up, and he's just like, oh my God. Oh my God. He is like stunned. He's like, I can't believe it. Because it's a life-size version of the Millennium Falcon. It's crazy.
It is.
Disney could do that.
I know.
That's awesome. Did you hear that they are changing the Fast Pass system and they're calling it Genie?
Yeah, Kiernan told me they're changing the Fast Pass system, but I didn't know what that was.
You have to pay for Fast Passes now. Yeah,
cool.
It hasn't rolled out yet. Maybe in October. So go ahead, Jen.
No, I just real quick. They lost so much money through the first part of this pandemic.
Yeah.
And from this point forward, any kind of, park limitations and capacity numbers and all that other jazz, they have to make that up.
Yeah. But they've been developing this for 5 years though. Like this
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, this has been in the works.
Fast Pass, you had to pay for it?
Yeah. So there's going to be 3 sections. And so I don't have this down pat, but there's going to be 3 sections. So the beginning section is going to be a little bit like your My Disney experience, but it's going to be hopped up a little bit more where you'll put in, hey, I want to go to Snow White's Mine Train. And it will say, well, there's a 50-minute wait, but there's a 10-minute wait over at the Haunted Mansion. So go over there. So your My Disney experience, it will just build on that, I guess. The second portion will be, yes, you have to pay for Fast Passes. So I believe the way it works is you won't be able to book your Fast Passes until that day. So you're not going to book them. This is what I'm told. Now, I'm not sure if this is how it will come out but you can't book them ahead of time like we do now. So when you go into the park that morning, if you stay on Disney property, you'll have a head start on that. So say it's early magic hours and you get into Magic Kingdom Park at 7 and you can start booking your fast passes at that time in the morning. And then let's just say they don't have all the details out. You still just book 3. And as you use them, you can, start booking more. And then the third section is, say you don't want to pay for that fast pass system and you just have one ride you really have to get on because that's what your whole Disney vacation is based on, like Rise of the Resistance. And you can pay a one-time price to get in that line for that one fast pass ride.
Wow.
So that's what I heard.
I hate to read it, but I have us at an hour already, and I think we're only limited to record for an hour.
Okay.
So we
gotta go.
Gotta go. See you real soon.
To follow.
So thanks for, seeing us on The Messy Truth and talking Disney, and Maureen and Becky, and I'm Jen, and thanks for being with us. And I'm sure we'll revisit Disney again. So long.
Bye.
Bye.